Welcome or welcome back to Beauty Bees. I'm Iris. Today we are doing my Project Polish update, a much overdue Project Polish update. I think it's been almost 2 months, if maybe even a little bit more, since I filmed one of these updates. So we're going to start with the 3 polishes that I am working towards finishing. And this is going to be a really quick part of this update because I really haven't made much progress on any of these. My Wet n Wild Fast Dry is currently looking like I've made some decent progress, but I haven't waited for this to fully settle yet. It was sitting on its side. I have the feeling that once it completely settles, I will probably have made some progress, but not very much. My Lincoln Park After Dark Mini from OPI, I've used maybe once this past month. Well, these past 2 months. This is starting to look used. You really cannot tell on camera, but in person, when I hold this up to a window, I can see that I am about here in the bottle. I know from past experience with these little OPI bottles that you get to about that point, maybe a little bit further, it looks like you've maybe used a quarter of the nail polish, and then suddenly you can't get any more out. You just can't get a nice, even manicure out of the bottle. Most of the usable polish is just right here at the top. So I think that I'm actually probably only a couple of months from being able to call this one an empty. I did pull a couple of polishes this month for my usage goals that I think will pair really well with this one. So I'm hoping that we won't have to talk about that one relatively soon. And then, perhaps surprisingly, considering that it was December, January, first half of February, I think the polish I was trying to finish that I got the most use on was this Leisha's Lacquers Ions of Neon, which is a neon matte glitter topper. This has circle and square glitters in a variety of neon shades and in a variety of sizes. It's really fun. I actually really enjoyed wearing it over one of the neutrals that I'll show you right now, which actually, let's pop right to that one. I also have a portion of this project where I'm just trying to get to 4 uses on a nice variety of polishes within my collection. I usually have about 5 that I've pulled in at any time to work on, and I'm actually able to roll out all 5 today. It's been 2 months. I think there were some of these that I already had a use or 2 on, so it's not that surprising that I can move some things out. We're going to start with ILNP Prancer. This was a new polish to my collection when I brought it in, and I love this thing. I think it is absolutely stunning. It is this light neutral shade. It leans a little bit pink, which I find to be very flattering on my skin tone because I also lean very, very pink. Just seems to mesh really well with my undertones. It has this lovely, delicate, scattered hollow running through it. I found this super easy to wear. It looked very professional by itself. It also was such a fun base for a few different glitters. I used this Ions of Neon with it. I used a pink Orly glitter topper with it. I thought it looked gorgeous. It's actually what inspired me to do the mani that I have today, pairing, in this case, again, a shimmer, but a really subtle gray shimmer with this rose gold topper. I've been absolutely loving these combinations, and this really got me to think about them in a way that I maybe wouldn't have if I hadn't pulled this into the project. I love this. This has become like a desert island polish. If I was going to a desert island and I could bring 10 polishes, I guess I'm gonna have cute nails while I become dehydrated and die a not that slow but very painful death. Anyway, I would bring this one because it's beautiful and it goes with everything. So loved working on that one. This is probably the polish that I was least wild about of the set that I brought in this past month. I actually ended up really liking pretty much all of them. This is an Essie Gel Couture polish in the shade Brocade Crusade. And it is a sort of gunmetal with quite a bit of indigo in it. It's a pretty shade. I just feel like I kind of missed my peak window for this polish. If I had this back in, I don't know, like 2017, I probably would have already used up the bottle. I used to be really into gray polish in general, and I still do like gray polish, but it's not my absolute go-to in the same way it was. And this is a gorgeous gunmetal polish. It has some lovely subtle silvery shimmer running through it that really brings out that blue and that purple. I don't know why I don't absolutely adore this. I just don't. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a lovely formula. It's a pretty color. I'm just not in love. Next we have this lovely Zoya polish. This is a multi-chrome called Sedona. As I'm looking at it now, I think it's more brown than anything, but when I brought it in, I was thinking of it more as a like a rusty red base. And this shifts through a nice chunk of the rainbow. I can see some yellow. I think you guys are seeing that lovely red shade. I can even see a little bit of a greenish color at some extreme angles. This is really pretty. I brought it in as sort of a different take on a Christmassy red, and I don't know that it was great for that purpose, but it was really pretty. I quite enjoyed wearing this. I wore this with some gold stickers and thought it was stunning. It really worked well with those golden tones because every shade that this shifts to is quite warm. Next we have this Moonshine Manis polish in Arwen and Aragorn. It is a purple base that is loaded with blue and purple flakies, as well as it looks like a shifting green to gold iridescent shimmer. I feel like I mostly see the purple with the blue flakies on the nails. It's so pretty. I think I've called this Aragorn and Arwen because, Aragorn, but be still my beating heart. But we need to stay on track here. It's gorgeous. I think it's such a pretty polish. I definitely bought it like 80% because it's Lord of the Rings polish, but I think this is just stunning. I think it worked a little bit better on my toes than on my fingers. There's just something about this purple that feels really fun on the toes, and while I do like it on the fingers, it just feels very particular. Like I have to be in the mood for this kind of polish, but when I am, man, is it just a great fit. So pretty. Look at that in the bottle even. Gorgeous. And then last but certainly not least, we have another polish that would probably be a contender to go to the desert island with me. I don't know that it would quite get there, but it would be on my list of finalists for sure. So this is from Rogue Lacquer, and it's Mystery Sea Proto Batch. And I am sad to see that because I hope that this is available somewhere else on Rogue's website. It doesn't look like that much in the bottle. In the bottle, it looks like an emerald green with a little bit of a holographic shimmer in it. I thought when I opened this and got it in the mail, I have things that are similar to this. I like it, but it's nothing special. I am wrong. This is stunning. It glimmers away so beautifully. It is just a perfect depth of emerald green. Stunning. I love this. This is absolutely what they would be painting Dorothy's nails with in the Emerald City. And it's gorgeous, especially in the sunlight. It just twinkles away. I love this. Beautiful. So it was a really good month for the polishes that I was trying to get to 4 uses on. Like I said, I got to 4 uses on all of them. Hopefully I've been putting pictures up in the corner of some cute manicures that I did with them. I liked all of these. So let's talk about the polishes that I'm going to be trying to get to 4 uses over the next month. Let's start with what I'm wearing today. This is an Essie polish. It is Chinchilli. This is sort of a cult classic. I hear Mediocre Manny's talk about this like all the time, and she influenced me to pick it up when I saw it on clearance. I love it. It's super pretty. It is the base shade that I am wearing today. Now this is not, I think this is a taupey take on gray. I think it is more taupe than gray. On my nails, it tends to pull a little bit more gray, I think because I'm just overall a little bit cooler toned. And I feel like this is not completely flat. I feel like this has a very subtle shimmer to it, though now I'm looking at it up close even, and I don't see that. So maybe my mind was playing tricks on me when I was using this earlier. But it is a cream adjacent polish at the very least, but it is not a super flat cream. This is really, really lovely. I feel like it's a really spot on neutral for my coloring, and I think it's gonna be really fun to play around with. So I'm already at 1 use on this one. I'm actually at 1 use on a couple of these because I picked these out a few days ago. I planned to film this update a few days ago. That just didn't happen. Let's go with what's on my toes next. This is Senorita from Deborah Lippmann. It is a lovely pinky red shade. I feel like this is the nail polish form of Cherries in the Snow from Revlon. And it is a really cute color. This bottle kind of smells. Now, there are definitely, let's say, times of the month when I find myself being a little bit more sensitive to scents than other times. And when I put this on, it was bugging me. I will kind of keep an eye on things or keep a nose on things the next time I use this and see if it's bothering me again. If it is, I'll just toss it. But I hope it isn't, because this is a really, really lovely shade. And while I have quite a few things that are similar to it, I don't think I have anything quite like it. It's really pretty. I am also at 1 use on this Zoya polish called Eridani. And I feel like this would be just purple overload if I was wearing it today, but I think this is such a fun polish. There is not a whole lot of base color here. Almost all of the coverage in this polish is coming from the micro glitter that is in here. There are, let's see, blue, pink, I see some gold, but I think that might be the pink shifting to gold, and some like cooler toned purple glitters in here. It is gorgeous, it is shifty, it's fun, it's such a stunning color. I love this reddish, so the way it ends up reading is a sort of a reddish violet base with a blue flash to it, though it's all coming from glitters that are right around the same size. It's super fun. I really like this, and I think it'll be quite nice to play around with it over the OPI polish. I feel like these will play nicely together. The other polish that I brought in to match with the OPI is this Sally Hansen Insta-Dry. This is from their Galactic line, which I think is largely like shifty polishes and toppers. And this shade is Interstellar. It is a very light purple. from the cap, I'm thinking sort of an orchid shade, but swatched out, it is extremely sheer, and you see mostly like a lilac to green shift. I'll show you that in just a second. Actually, let's look at the last polish first. And this is Mermaid Sprinkles from Rogue Lacquer. Now I can kind of see where they were coming from with the mermaid sprinkles, but let me tell you, this is what Sully looks like if you put him in a blender. Sully from Monsters, Inc. That's all I can think about looking at this polish. It is a beautiful shade. I mean, that's dark, but it's this really pretty light between robin's egg and turquoise blue. It's Sully colored, and then it has teal and purple metallic flakies in it. It's just so pretty. None of the flakies are terribly big, which I really like. I feel like that makes it a little bit easier to apply. And I mean, look at that color, just gorgeous. So here is what we are working with this month. We have Chinchilli, Senorita. Here is, I think, actually 3 coats of the Zoya, I cannot remember this already, Eridani shade. This is 3 coats of just the Interstellar Sally Hansen shade. You can see it's very, very sheer. This is definitely either a super sheer milky manicure or intended as a topper. I'm probably going to use it as a topper. We have Sully in a blender, and then this is an inky blue polish. It's from Trust Fund Beauty. I don't remember. I think it's called Got Yacht. Doesn't really matter. I just wanted to use that as a cream base to show what Interstellar looked like as a topper, and I feel like it's pretty promising. I think that'll be fun to play around with. So that's what I'm going to be working on for the next month or so. Hopefully it's not another like 2+ months before I have another update, but we'll see. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please consider liking and subscribing if you did, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye all.